Okay, should be live now. I don't know if I am. It says I'm streaming, so should be live. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So, oops. I turned on low latency, meaning that before it took 14 seconds to actually hear what's happening. But now let's see what low latency does. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 seconds. Only 6 seconds delay. That's not that bad. But yeah, welcome Avatar and Pokemon fans alike, because, well, this is an Avatar and Pokemon video, basically. So what I'm doing is I am going through every single Pokemon and labeling what type I think it will be. All 1,025 of them. Yes, there are a lot of Pokemon. So how do we, so you can just go into Bulbasaur, and then you can hit the next button. Perfect. So, and then, 1025. So, first starting with Bulbasaur, I think Bulbasaur could actually be, a waterbender. Because, well, plants need water to grow, and Bulbasaur has a plant on its back. So basically, it's just like, a plant buddy. So it's just like, I don't know, that's what I mean. So I'm just thinking, it'd just be needs water, and it will get water. Then we have Ivysaur. So Ivysaur, I'd say also waterbender, because plant, all that. Venusaur, also waterbender. And then Charmander, I'm gonna go through these quickly, but Wartortle, and all this line, Squirtle line, also waterbenders. All these. And then I go back to, this whole line, firebenders. You could argue that Charizard is maybe an airbender, but no, Charizard, its main thing is fire. So that is 3 firebenders. I'm making a pie chart for this right now on a different screen that you didn't know about. So now we have Caterpie. So Caterpie's a weird one. Caterpie's kind of just a bug, a different bug, but I think Caterpie should just count as a non-bender, because it's just they don't really do anything, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna just say it's a non-bender. Same with Metapod. Metapod is also a non-bender, but not for Butterfree. And then Weedle and Kakuna are also non-benders, but not for Beedrill, because both Beedrill and Butterfree are airbenders, because they fly. So, perfect. So, see, a lot of these are not as straightforward as you think. You might think, oh, yeah, just classify them by the types, but, it's different sometimes, Gotta really think. I think the whole Pidgey line are also airbenders, because, they're flying. Even though they're flying normal, I feel like they're more flying. And later generations, eventually, they make it so they're just pure flying, these birds. Then we have Rattata. Rattata, non-bender. Rattata is just a rat. Same with Raticate, just slightly bigger fangs. Then we have Spearow. I would say Airbender again. Because I mean, bird and also Fearow. I fear the Fearow. Uh, we already have quite a bit of airbenders. Then we have Ekans. I haven't actually thought of many of the Pokemon beforehand, but Ekans seems like a hard one because Ekans is a snake and a poisonous snake. And also, be free to leave your suggestions in the chat below. I honestly don't know how many people are actually watching this. For all I know, I'm the only one watching this on my second device to see what chats come through, so there might not be any chats. There might not be anyone watching this anyways, but it's fun to live stream sometimes. Even if I'm not even live streaming relevant stuff and nobody's actually listening to me. It's fun to just talk and not feel the pressure of having a script. But Ekans, even though Ekans is poisonous, I still think they're a non-bender. Even though they got that poison. And same with Arbok. It's even though they're poisonous, it doesn't matter really. Pikachu, I mean, you could be firebender, because firebenders can lightning bend. But Pikachu isn't lightning, it's just kind of a mouse. And Raichu also, if we had Gorachu on here, you know what I mean, then Gorachu could be a firebender, but we have no Gorachu, because Gorachu was never added. If you don't know what Gorachu is, then look it up and come back, because, don't leave me. Sandshrew, okay, this one, it's our first earthbender, because, you got that earth. So, same with Sandslash, because, they dig in the ground and all that. So, the Nidoran and Nidorino line, they are poison, but also the final evolutions are ground, which honestly never really gotten. I feel like they should be poison normal. And just because they're kind of normal animals, but just with that extra bit of poison. So actually, even though there is calls the wheel. What the wheel restarted. I was building a wheel, and it just what the fudge-sicles? No, seriously, what the fudge-sicles? Why is it not working? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, actually, we're gonna go through all this so I can see, so I can redo all that stuff. So, sorry, people watching. Skip this part if you want, because this is not fun. So, I won't be explaining any of this. So, wait, I know we had 6 waterbenders from the 2 starter lines, and then what? Okay, 6 waterbenders, 3 firebenders from that line, and then we had Caterpie, and that these 2 lines were all non-benders except the final evolution for airbenders, so that's 4. And then airbenders 2, because of the Beedrill and all that. And then we have 3 more airbenders because of the birds. And then we have 2 more non-benders from these rats, and then back to 2 more airbenders from these birds, and then 2 more non-benders from the snakes. Perfect. And then another 2 more non-benders for the Pikachu line, and then 2 more earthbenders for this line. Okay, that's what we got to. So I'm hitting OK. I also actually Well, you know, I'm not gonna tell you that until later because I'm gonna leave it as a spoiler, or not a spoiler, just like surprise. So those are all so far. We have very few Earthbenders. Earthbenders are at the least right now, with only 7%, apparently, or 6.9% actually, if you're being exact. So like, you know, everybody's got something so far except their secret 6 bending type. Ooh. Then okay, so now we have Nidoran. I mean, we could count them as ground, but like, it's not really ground. I feel like they're just normal animals. So that's gonna add 6 because of all these. Yep, and the same for the males. Like, even though it's just like they become ground, I don't think it counts really. Date me with that in the comments. Clefairy. Okay, so on nights with full moon, Clefairy gets over a dance. Bathing in the moonlight makes them float. Oh, weird. They have this whole thing with space and meteors, and apparently they're supposed to be shaped like meteors, and I don't know if I should, like, count that, because they could be normal, but it might be interesting to make them Earth-type, but, I mean, they're not really, bending, but I feel like they're more normal. I'm gonna put 2 on that for Clefairy and Clefable. Then Vulpix. Vulpix, even though it's more of a normal dog, it's still fire and evolves into Ninetales, which is fire, or actually, it's just pure fire. Why do I think it's Fire Ghost? Because, I mean, it's made of spirits. I feel like Ninetales should be Fire Ghost. I'm making a petition for Ninetales to be Fire Ghost. So, then we have 2 more, and then for fire, I'm gonna save that because it's saved. So, whoops! I actually added an entry. So then Ninetales, Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is normal. It's about as normal as you can get. I mean, it's Jigglypuff. And then there's Wigglytuff, which is also normal. Zubat. Zubat could be Airbender because it's flying, the same as Golbat. So Zubat and Airbat. Zubat and Golbat, both Airbenders. Oddish, Waterbender. Same with Gloom and Vileplume because of all that. So then we have waterbending, which we haven't actually gotten some waterbending in a bit because of all the normal types. But Paris, I mean, you could put in water, but those, even though it's grass type, those are mushrooms. Oh, and actually, mushrooms need water even more than normal, like, grass and all that, because I'm pretty sure they have, like they're even, like, they need even more water. So I think that's even more of a waterbender. So, I don't know, a bit of a role for waterbenders here. Yep, and then Venonat. Venonat is kind of just a normal bug right now, so I'm just going to say non-bender. And then we have Venonat, Airbender. So then we have Diglett. Diglett's obviously an Earthbender. We need more Earthbenders, which is, so it's good that we're getting this. So right now we only have 2 Earthbenders. And also Dugtrio, so 4. Then we have Meowth. Meowth is like the epitome of normal, or non-bending. Same with Persian. Then we have Psyduck. Psyduck. After this, Psyduck's, Psyduck's water type. Honestly, I feel like it should be water psychic. It's a Psyduck psychic. Like, seriously. Why have they not done this? Like, it's just like, so, water, 1, 2, or wait, no, Golduck, Mankey, guess what, another non-bender, and Primeape, another non-bender. Wow, we're on a roll. Okay. And then we have Growlithe. Now, Growlithe is kind of fire, but honestly also kind of a normal dog. So, let me see. It's a brave and trustworthy nature. It's fearless and stands with bigger and stronger foes. It's very friendly, faithful. It will try to repel its enemies by barking and biting. That just sounds like a normal dog. Like, I know it's a fire type, but, like, that just sounds like a normal dog, to be honest. I mean, I guess there's also, like, fire, like, you know, fire type moves and all that, but honestly, it just sounds really normal. Like, is that just me? I'm honestly thinking of, like that it's just absolutely normal. But, I mean, it does have the ability of flash fire. We have a lot of normal. I'm gonna just give it to the fire. So now we have 7 fire with Arcanine. Poliwag, that's Waterbender. And then Poliwhirl, another one. Another one for Poliwrath. Then Abra, it's weird because it's psychic. So it's like not really normal, to be honest. It's like psychic, not like a non-bender, you know? It's just like it feels like it has something there, but what does it have there? Like, there's no teleportation bending. Like, unless you're talking about spiritual projection. They could be airbenders, if you think about it. Like, you know, I feel like they could, like, airbenders, like, meditating, and they're always kind of, like, sleeping. But also, they're not really. They use your psychic powers. This one's a hard one. This is a really hard one. This Pokemon uses psychic powers while it sleeps to contact energy effect. Pokemon wields Abra can teleport and sleep apparently more deep sleep the farther teleportation goes. I mean, like, if you're thinking about, like, spiritual projection, maybe airbender. You know, I'm just gonna go with non-bender. It doesn't really fit in any category, so 1, 2, 3 for all of those. We're getting a lot of non-benders. We have 28 non-benders now. And we're only at Pokemon 65, so then Machop. This whole line is non-benders. So now we're at 31 non-benders at Pokemon 68. 31, 68, the problem is 44.9% of the whole chart, which is, like, a lot. So, I mean, a lot of non-benders in this generation. It really shows that, like, you know, there's not many, like, interesting Pokemon in Gen 1, to be honest. A lot of them are just normal. So, then we have Bellsprout. I think this whole line, waterbenders, because they're plants. 1, 2, 3. Then Tentacool, waterbenders, because they're squids. 1, 2. Well, finally, more earthbenders with Geodude, Graveler, and Golem. Those are all earthbenders, you know? So, yeah. Perfect. And then Ponyta. Okay, I wonder what type this one's gonna be. I think it's gonna be normal type because a horse. No, of course, it's fire type. Rapidash. Slowpoke. Normal, like, even though they are water type. But, like, their typing doesn't mean everything. This is a good example. Like, I feel like they're normal. Even though they're water type, they should be, like, it feels like they should be waterbender. I think that Slowpoke is actually a non-bender. So, 1, 2, wait, how many evolutions is that? 1, 2, oh yeah, it's just the 2 evolution line right now. Magnemite, Steel, it's got electric abilities, and you could be like, well, earthbenders have metal subbending, and they do. But it's also like, it is weak to ground. feels like more mechanical, and like it's not lightning because electric. I'm definitely not doing that. Could it be normal or could it be Earth? Because like Earth doesn't feel like it fits, even though there's metal bending, sub bending. I mean, I think. Because I'm thinking about like. Yeah, I'm gonna make a change. You know how I said Pikachu and Raichu were non-benders? I don't think they should be anymore, so that's -2. And I think Pikachu and Raichu should actually be firebenders because of their lightning and their lightning bending. And I think that Magnemite and Magneton should actually be earthbenders because of the metal. So it's like including subbending. Earthbenders need it anyways. And the firebenders. I think firebenders and earthbenders are... No, firebenders have 11. Well, earthbenders have 9. So it's just like, far-fetched. Okay, Farfetch is a non-bender. Doduo, it's non-bender. Dodrio, non-bender. Yeah. Seal does feel like normal non-bender, but no, Seal's a waterbender, and like, you know, it's got that water, you know, it lives in the water, and like, alright, a waterbender. So these two, Seal and Dugong are such weird names. Now, Grimer is just purple sludge. Like, purple sludge is weird. Like, what do we do for Grimer? Because, like, it's poison, but there's no poison subtype unless you're technically counting water. I mean, it does look liquidy, so maybe it could be some, like, poisonous liquid. And it could be, like, yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I think it should be waterbender because it looks kind of like poisonous liquid and, like, liquidy and all that. Yeah, and then Shelter and Cloyster. I mean, water? Ooh. Okay. I got actually a message. I wasn't actually looking at my messages because I was just expecting nothing coming through. But Professional Flower. Magnemite line has gotta be Firebender for the lightning powers. And Gen 1 is pure electric type. And then Grimer would be Earth Metal, since Korra and the Red Lotus bent metal poison into Korra. Okay, let me think about that. So, I mean, it was pure. I hope it said. Okay. Reconnection is successful. Okay. So if we go back, let's go through this first so we can. So, Magnemite and Magneton. So, like, but it's like they're not. Like, for firebending, like, it's shooting thunder. And they're not, I mean, I guess if you're looking at the Legend of Korra, they do kind of make, like, mini lightning bolts. But wait, let me go to Magneton. Magneton. Electricity. A T. Like, I want to see if, like, at high voltage, Magneton can release stronger waves of electromagnetic energy and radialize that increase in temperature 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit, nearby 3,300 foot. It's also, so maybe, wait, let me look at, like, maybe not, but, like, so 3.6 degrees. I mean, it does produce heat. How hot is a normal beam of electricity? Like, just a very low. It would be just above absolute zero. The temperature would be relative to the center of mass. So compared to, like, how hot is a normal lightning bolt? Yeah, so it's, like, definitely not as hot as a normal lightning bolt, But depending on, like, how much electricity is coming out, it could definitely be, like, that is a hard one. Because, like, but, like, it's kind of like it has electric power, but it's also, like, the whole thing is made of metal, but it does have magnets, and, like, magnets are used to, like, kind of bend metal, if you think about it. So I like your idea, Professional Flower, but I think that Magneton should still be Earth, personally. But, I mean, I can see where you're coming from. Then Grimer and Muck, metal, since a metal poison, because, like, I mean, I guess. But, wait, born from sludge, these Pokemon now gather polluted areas to increase their bacteria in their bodies. So bacteria. So, like, gotta respect that you're able to stick to your guns. Yeah. So, how, or, like, I feel like bacteria in metal, and just metal. Metal bacteria are bacteria that eats metal, use them as a source of energy, but they can found elsewhere in laboratory sinks in an environment with rich and toxic metals. So there are bacteria that, like, does eat metal and stick to metal. So it wouldn't be, like, impossible that it would be a metallic substance. So, like, that could work. But it's just, like, but it's like, I'm only seeing, like, 5 metal bacteria, and I know, like, there's other, like, how common is bacteria in metal? Is not inherently common due to antimicrobial properties of many metals, particularly copper. In fact, that bacteria is often adhered to smooth surfaces. However, in the environment with moisture and organic matter, bacteria can still colonize metal surfaces. So, it's not that common. And I'm gonna stick to waterbending because I feel like it's not really common for metal, and also the metal poison, as we saw in the Legend of Korra, is, like, more of a gray, and this is, like, a purplish. I mean, water isn't always known to be purple. Wait, let me search. Is purple water a thing? Purple water. Well, purple, I mean, purple water, I guess, is a thing. Probably be a thing. What is purple water? Alkaline water? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with water for now, because I feel like there would be some type of water substance. But I don't know, it is hard to tell. Wait, where was I? I was at Cloister and Shelter from Waterbending. Okay. So, Ghastly. Ghastly. I mean, I think Ghastly's a ghost, so it is kind of hard to think because it's not really normal. I feel like Ghastly would be best as an airbender because it can, like, ghostly and can, like, as we see in actually multiple of Gengar's dex entries, it says, I don't know if it says, it can absorb heat. The chill causes make victims shake. As we see, airbenders can heat up the air around them, and yes, I know that's different than, like, sucking out heat, but, like, they can change the temperature of the air around them. I feel like that's an airbender thing to do. So I'm going to put them under airbender for this one. Onyx. So we have Onyx. I mean, Onyx is Earth. I feel like pretty obvious. Drowsy. Drowsy eats dreams and rarely dreams of adults because children are much tastier. What? Children are tasty? I mean, I know they're kind of, like, special. Like, yeah. airbenders can also have spirit power, so I mean that also helps. Like with ghosts, so I feel like most ghosts are airbendery-ish. I don't know, it just gives me those vibes. But Drowsy, I feel like non-bender. It's just like got that kind of normalish, like, aesthetic. But yeah, thanks for commenting, Professional Flower, on this live stream, because like last live stream I didn't get any comments, so it's just nice to actually like know someone's listening and paying attention. So, thanks. Then we have Waterbender. I feel like for Crab being Kingler, because like they kind of just are crabs. I know they're also kind of normal, but they are water type. I mean, it's hard to tell. Should they be normal or should they be water? Because, like, they are crabs, but they do live by the water. And as we see in their VMAX form, I know they're not always in their VMAX form, they create bubbles, like these alkaline water bubbles. So it's just, like, I feel like that, these, even though they're not always, like, here on their normal form, they can create these special, like, water bubbles. And as we see in this artwork, like, I think like, even though they're crabs, I still feel like they're still waterbenders. In my opinion. Then we have Voltorb. So, Voltorb is electric and has electric powers, and honestly is mono-electric. I feel like it should be Electric Steel, because, yeah. I mean, okay. Let's go back to Kingler and Krabby. I mean, they could be non-benders. It's hard to tell because, like, it's, like, more of, like, I mean, yeah, they do live by water. And, like, you got water. And, like, if you look at these, let's look at the moves on here. Hammer arm. Discard the top of your... That's just hammer and arm. That's just a guillotine. That's not water. Then you have... Guard claw, that's just using your claw to guard. Crab hammer. Salt water is water, and hyper pump is also water, but looking at these bubble beam, it's kind of water, but massive Bren, not really. Body slam is not really. Prop of pinchers is not really. So you convinced me. Even though I do think they could go either way, I do think non-bender is slightly more likely. But, okay, Voltorb, I'm going to put them in Firebender for their electric powers, but honestly, if you really think about it, they could be an Earthbender. Like, I would also accept them being an Earthbender if you were to think that, because honestly, I also kind of think of that, because it's just, like, metal. Like, they are, like, solid metal balls, and, like... Pokeballs are made of metal, and they're basically a Pokeball. But if you look through this move, you have Thundershock. I mean, Rollout is like a normal move, but then you have Continuous Tumble and Lightning Roll and Rollout, Electro Ball, and Tumbling Attack, Electro Ball, Recharge, Rolling. So actually, you're looking at these moves. It also kind of seems like they could be a non-bender and just be a ball and just, like, be a rolling ball. That could be an interesting theory. So actually, Voltorb could go a lot of different ways, but I feel like Firebender would work best because of lightning sub-bending. Then we have Execute and Exeggutor. I mean, so I'm going to put... So Execute is eggs. And there is actually, like, they are actually apparently supposed to be seeds. Like, there's lore about them being seeds. But, honestly, I don't really buy that. They are eggs. Execute, I say, is normal. Or non-bending. But I say Exeggutor, water. Because Exeggutor is a plant. And, like, I feel like, the difference there. So... Actually, waterbenders have 28 and non-benders have 39, so they're both doing, like, really high. Then we have Cubone and Marowak. Non-benders, I mean, they're just, like, yeah. I mean, waterbenders can bend plants. Yeah, so I mean, they can shower plants and also bend plants, but it's also like, that's actually, I have a theory that swamp benders aren't actually using subbending, and that swamp bending is actually just normal water bending, and they're just controlling the water in the plant, so they're not actually controlling the plant. That's why they can only really control vines. So, I mean, so I feel like it's not really actually a subbending, it's just water bending, but like, these plants don't have as much water in them, but I do think that they count for plant bending, because like, what else would they be? Maybe like non-bending, but nah, I think it just works for water. Okay, yep, Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan all in the normal category. What else can I say? Then Lickitung, normal. A long tongue, that's it. I mean, you could be like, well, it's water type because they have saliva, and saliva's water. I'm like, no. Everything has saliva, even if it has more, and it causes rashes. So, coughing and wheezing. These are weird, because they're just floating orbs. And in the past, I've done flying... Wait, isn't that canon? I thought there was a subbending technique, like how Melanie released earthbending within Impure Metal. Yeah. I don't know. But I don't know, my voice. Hey, Professional Flower, I need help with this. What type of bending do you think coughing and wheezing would be? Because, like, I put flying things in the past in airbending, because, you know, using that to float, and it's gases, but also, like, you know what? I think airbending works, because, like, they're bending gases, you know? And gases are air. I don't know. I think airbending works. Yeah, I mean, they count gases so air could work. Yeah. Because, like, it's also weird. Cause it should be normal. Also, like, we don't know what's in those gases. I mean, they have levitate. I say airbending works. Rhyhorn. So Rhyhorn, like, looks like a normal type, but it is made of rock. So earthbending, Rhyhorn, and Rhydon, because they kind of look non-bending. But, like, you know, I think earthbending for these two works. We need more earthbending anyways. Chansey. Yep, okay, normal. Eggs. So, then we have Tangela. Tangela is literally made of vines and, like, vine bending is canon. So Tangela is actually, like, almost definitely a waterbender, actually, for this one, I'm pretty sure on. Kangaskhan. Non-bender. You know, Kangaskhan's pretty normal. Horsey. Water. Same as Seadra. Water. Goldeen. Water. Seaking. Water. Then Staryu and Starmie are both water. Mr. Mime. I would say normal. I mean, they have kind of psychic powers, but I still think it's non-bending. Scyther actually has wings and can fly, so I think I am going to actually say airbending for this one. Now, Jinx. Jinx has, like, psychic powers, and Jinx is ice type, which is water, but, like, I feel like Jinx should be a normal type, because they're kind of just a human, weirdly enough, because they're, like, humanoid. I mean, Jinx Pokemon... 3 Jinx and a baby. Mean with envy. Mr. Mime is said to create barriers by vibrating the air, so it could be an airbender. Fair point. Wait, let me look at the... So, invisible solid walls using... Also, it says it can... Pantomime. Expert created invisible but solid walls using miming gestures. Emanation from the solidify air into visible walls to repel harsh attacks. Okay, so honestly, it's kind of weird because these dex entries kind of contradict each other. But I actually didn't know that. So thanks for teaching me something new about Pokemon. So, but Jinx, I'm gonna say normal or non-bender. I keep on saying normal because it's just like Pokemon has a normal type. But I'm just like getting confused. Electabuzz, yeah, Electabuzz. I would say, like Firebender because like they have lightning bending. Same. Ooh, yeah, I forgot they don't even have Magmar. Definitely fire. Magmar is just a fire duck. Then we have Tauros. So Tauros, or Pinsir. I mean, why did I say Tauros? Pinsir. Pinsir has wings in the Mega version, but on its normal version doesn't, so I'm going to say non-bending. Then Tauros, non-bender. Magikarp. Fish. Water. Same as Gyarados. Then Lapras. Ditto is... This is where I introduce a new type. I call it Avatar type. Or it's not really a type. So basically, Ditto can transform into different types of benders. And I know it's normal type, but it's just like, I feel like because Ditto can use every single move, because Ditto can transform into different creatures, then I feel like it deserves Avatar. Yeah. Twist. Eevee, even though Eevee can evolve into like multiple different types and has that whole thing going for it, I still think Eevee's normal or non-bendering. Then we have Vaporeon. Vaporeon's obviously water. Then Jolteon, I would say fire. Let's save this. Oops. Comes in fire, and then another fire for Flareon. Yeah, maybe Ditto could be an energy bender, even though we have never seen a non-Avatar energy bender. I mean, I didn't put energy bending on my little wheel, but that could be interesting. But it's like energy bending can steal. Like energy bending is more like taking away bending and putting it back, and like Ditto is just copying the bending. It's not like taking away the bending for itself. It's just copying, which is different. But I feel like Ditto is weird, but I'm gonna stick with Avatar. I haven't even created an energy bending thing on this pie chart that I'm creating on Wheel of Names, so that's fun. But I mean, yeah, we haven't seen an Avatar that's non-Avatar that's an energy bender, so I think it works anyways. Porygon. Oh, guess what? Another non-bender. I just think it's non-bender. Oh wait, there's only one of them. Ammonite and Amistar, water, because they are underwater creatures. Kabuto is actually also water because Kabuto is water. It's water rock. No, you know what? I'm going to say Earthbender for these two. Aerodactyl is kind of earth, but I think it's more air with it flying. Snorlax. Another one, Articuno. It does fly, but I would say it's more waterbender because it's got special water powers, Even though it's kind of airbender-y, if you think about it. Then Zapdos and Kabuto and Kabutops are physical things like claws, right? They live in water where reconstructed from fossils. They don't really use elemental powers. Fair point. Let me go back to see its definition. Actually, I kind of clickbaited you guys unintentionally. I was originally planning to do every Pokemon, but this is taking too long, and I'm actually only probably gonna be doing Gen 1 Pokemon, so, clickbait. Everybody's favorite thing. So, yeah. So, I mean, it does have claws, but computer slices apart plants, sucks up fluids, did say it inhabits the sea, so it's like it lived underwater. Molt every 3 days, making their shells harder and harder. So I think because they're molting and replacing with new rock shells, they're like growing rocks on their back. Like they're not like they didn't just spawn that way. They're like growing new rocks, and I feel like there'd have to be earthbending to replenish that cycle of rocks. Click by the cabin version. I guess we just need a full series of this. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make more live streams. Like who knows? I might make another. Stay tuned. I might make another live stream of this for Gen 2. This Saturday. Might do one every week. So this might be finished in like 9 types. Not all rocks are little rocks. Some started out just to be hard as rock. I mean. Though it is rock type. But what does it say? While some species go on this like computer are apparently fairly common in some places. Double scratch, ramming shell, granite head, mud shot. So that does seem earth, but why is this electric type? Oh, it's a delta species. Not all rock types. Yeah. Maybe not. Wait, let me see what Kabutops has on his cards. Hydro Cutter, Spiral Drain, Draining Blade, Rock Slide. You know what? I agree with you. I think that they are actually more normal and not earth. Okay, let me get back to where we were. Aerodactyl, Snorlax, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Dratini. Even though it's dragon, it says, it says it's protected by a rapid waterfall. Like, and they also have been found in the ocean. They're apparently, they live in the ocean. They have in more, so I'm going to say these two are waterbenders, but not Dragonite, because Dragonite is airbender. Ooh. Then Mewtwo. Mewtwo. It's kind of like, I think Mewtwo. Guess what type is being used, or bending is being used again? Avatar, and then same with Mew, Avatar, ha ha ha. So, Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite is strongly tied to the sea. Dragonite flies by wings, it still retains watery association in the anime itself. Okay. Let me see. So, let's see the deck transfers first. It said that somewhere in the ocean lies an island where they gather. Only they live there. So it does say it's in the ocean, but it also says that it is on an island, so it's maybe not complete ties, but it says it can fly. It's by big bulky physique. It circles the globe in just 16 hours. So it can fly. Spite is its big and bulky physique, and that's really what I think, because it's big and bulky and has really tiny wings. So I think that's kind of because there's actually a video about that, but almost every single Pokemon in the series cannot fly if you're actually looking at it mathematically. And I think that they use their air stuff, because those wings are tiny. How does it fly so fast with those tiny wings? Mew is one of the best options for Avatar character. It learns almost everything, and every move that can be taught, I think. Yeah, it can. You can even learn a track, even though it's genderless, and track doesn't work on genderless Pokemon. So, Village Homecoming. You know, I'm gonna keep with Airbender. Because I think because it flies despite its massive bulk and tiny wings, that I think it works. Yeah. Oh, Chikorita. No, no, I'm joking. So, if you have any complaints, submit them now. But even though I already made a pie chart, I'm going to show you the pie chart again here. I'm gonna recreate it. Wheel of Names. Don't worry what that is. Spoilers. This is actually a bit of spoilers, but who cares? Not me. Why did it go to that one? Wheelofnames.com. New. Okay, there. Okay. Okay, so starting with non-bender. We have a whopping 54 non-benders. That's a lot. Then we have, next up, airbenders. Nice stream. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Yeah, so then we have airbenders. They have only 19. Ooh, not 18, 19. Then we have 44 waterbenders. Waterbenders. Next, we have only 12 earthbenders, so not that high. I wonder if you could color code each section for the proper color. Lol. I mean, it could. I mean, earthbenders are correct with, like, green, I feel like. But let me finish this first. Then we have firebenders. Firebenders with 19. So the same amount as airbenders, actually. Probably the electric types helped with the firebending, to be honest. That probably helped a lot. And then Avatar for 3. The lowest of the bunch. Yeah. So, only 3. So this is what it would look like as a pie chart. Avatar is super tiny, and then you have non-benders so big, firebenders, earthbenders, waterbenders pretty big, and then airbenders. I wonder what it'll land on if we spin it. It's just like, it's more supposed to be a pie chart and not something like that. Non-bender. Wait, I wonder what happens. I just want to spin it a couple more times. That would be fun. Non-bender again. One more time of spin. Imagine we get Avatar. Wait, I want to make... Oh! Oh, so close. That was so close. I want to make sure I did my math correctly. 54. Okay, so 54 plus 19. Oops. Plus 44 plus 12 plus 19 plus 3. 151. Okay, I did my math correctly, and I did not mess anything up. So, you can rest assured that I did not make a single mistake. Haha. Take that, doubt. The base urge to spin the wheel a few times. Yeah. But But yeah, so this is what it looks like as a pie chart, if you want. But yeah, that'll probably be it for today. So it's been a nice 55-minute stream, and you'll probably see me next week on Saturday, maybe Sunday, at probably 2 p.m. because 2 p.m. is a good time for streaming. I'll have if you look at my live on Saturday, there'll be a time listed probably by then of when it's gonna start. So yeah, I mean, this has been fun, and I hope you enjoyed and had fun going through this journey with me. I might make a shorter video going through all this because I don't know if people want to watch through an hour of me rambling on. But yeah, goodbye, Avatar nerds and Pokemon nerds, and have a fun time and tune in to my next stream and more of my videos, and goodbye!